Great morning, everyone. How are you all doing? This is your girl, Shan. Happy hump day. It is the middle of the week already. So today I'm going to talk about something that's really near and dear to my heart. If you've been listening to us on our radio show, Marriage Mondays with the Kings, this month, me and my husband has been talking about the month of the family. And so I'm going to talk about your children. That's what I'm going to talk about on this morning. Some of y'all going to be a little upset about it, but guess what? The truth need to be told. And what I find out is people tend to get more upset with the individuals who are telling the truth than actually checking themselves. Okay. Good morning, Alex. So I'm going to start off like this. I remember being in our church when I was stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, or whatever, me and my husband, my family. And I remember the bishop of the church calling, me in the office and stuff like that. I want to say, yeah, because my husband's deployed. Anyway, and he was saying, he was pretty much telling me I was going to be working with the youth. He didn't tell me I had to do it, but, that's what God had laid on his heart and this, that, and the other. And I was sitting up here like, Bishop, no, God ain't told me that's what I was thinking. Because, baby, good morning, Cherie. I wasn't trying to work with nobody kids. I'm just going to keep it honest. But I thank God. Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Jamie. I thank God that, he allowed me to be in a place. Let me tell you something. I now realize why the older adults, good morning, Simone, did not like kids to be quote unquote around. Because, baby, like I always say, me and my husband always say this, if you want to know the truth about your marriage and what it looks like, ask a kid, baby, because they're going to tell you. If you want to know the truth about you, and it's not a child that's, very angry and it's another honey, they're going to tell you the truth about you. But see, we don't want to know. Now, this is what bothers me. I used to always tell my children that I would not tell their parents things unless I felt as a parent, the parent need to know so they can have an outlet or someone open up to an adult or whatever the case may be. And the parents trusted me to be, with their children and because they knew that I would tell them what I had to tell them. But what burned me up was this. What I heard from kids over the 14 years was just enough for me to fight some adults. I'm going to be honest. I understand this is inspiration, but I got to keep it real. The things that they've shared with me is everything from pretty much abandonment to abuse. Okay. And this is just not the church kids, because I've worked with kids outside of the church as well. Abandonment to abuse. Abandonment in the form that my mama cared more about her boyfriend than she cares about me. Children saying, yes, my parents buy me everything. Good morning, Dalisha. Yes, they buy me, the latest shoes, the latest clothes and everything. But what I really want from my parent is to spend time with them or them to spend time with me and quit ignoring me like everything else is important. Let me go ahead and holler at some parents real quick. Other things when I say abuse, okay, Jesus help me, Lord. Let me talk about this from a place of I know what I'm talking about, okay? I'm just going to put it out there like this. Parents, pay more attention to your children. I'm seeing this younger generation now that you so stuck in a doggone cell phone that I didn't witness a kid crying out to his parents. They not paying no attention to him because both of their tails stuck in their cell phone, like whatever they looking at on Snapchat or Instagram or whatever is more important. Let me take it back to the old school. You got some older kids or whatever the case, some older parents with young kids, whatever the case may be. Quit dropping your kid off with everybody, okay? Now, let me go ahead and talk about what's talking about. I understand that we as parents have to put a roof on our children's heads. I got that. But can you show your kid that they somewhat important? Now, people gonna get mad because, yes, I'm talking to you and I don't even know who you are, but you know what you're doing. You trying to have a social status shouldn't be more important than your child. You trying to be in relationship and looking for love shouldn't be more important than your child. The only thing that a child wants to know is that you got their back and that you there for them. Baby, let somebody contact you, another parent. Girl, I'm up here at the school, girl. Let me go, girl. What I just say that I done seen somebody hit your child. Baby, you burning rubber to act a whole fool and get ready to catch a multitude of charges. But you act a fool on the outside of your house, but on on the inside of your house where it should matter most, you ain't been most studying your kids, okay? So when I say quit dropping your kids off with everybody, you need to examine your family, okay? Like my good morning princess, the other princess, I got two princesses on here. In the words of my 80-year-old grandmother, and I'm going to always quote that wisdom. You heard me? Quit dropping your kids off with that funny uncle, baby, because you don't know if that funny uncle, that funny auntie, or whatever is touching your kids inappropriately. But, I got to do what I got to do. It's so important. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to knock. I'm just keeping it real. I want to ask this question to my parents. Do your children, now see, we sit up here and tell our kids, well, come and tell me anything if you got anything on your mind, but let's tell the truth up in here. Can they openly and honestly come and tell you anything? Are you in tune? And this is what we say in the counseling world. Are you in tune with your child enough to know? You know how women got that intuition that it just come up your spine and you looking like something ain't right when you know that your man may be cheating on you. For an example, do you have the intuition when it comes to your children? Okay, do you have that intuition when it comes to your children to know something ain't right? Baby, let me tell you about my kids. I know when something ain't right with mine. You can't even begin to hide it, and I just get to talking. Mama, what you talking about? Boy, don't play me. You better get to talking. What's going on, mama? Come here and sit down. You see what I'm saying? We are so busy in our life. We are so busy trying to get that next promotion. We are so busy in the church house that we're not paying attention to our babies. And then you sit up here and wonder when your child become a teenager. It's natural that teenagers have attitudes. We all had them. Or whatever the case may be. Why it is that they don't want to open up and talk to you. Do you create an atmosphere for your children to be able to tell you anything, even if it's about your raggedy self? Oh, yeah, Shan went there and she said that. You get offended, click on off, baby, because you ain't hurt my feelings. Do you create that atmosphere? I know for my oldest son, and like I said, I'm going to be very transparent. The oldest children, now, where's my oldest children out there? Who with me? The oldest children remember a lot of things when it comes to the relationships and or what goes on in the marriage of their between their mother and their father. They know everything. Hey, Tanya, how you doing? Baby, let me tell you, I remember I had a conversation with my daddy. I wasn't being disrespectful. This is sometime this year. And we was talking about, because I told y'all Papa was a Rolling Stone. And he tried to set up here and act like, I said, Daddy, What we not going to do is we not going to set up here. Good morning, Angela. We're not going to set up here and lie like you wasn't out here cheating with the redhead, the blonde, the brunette, the whatever the case may be. No, you know you was a Rolling Stone. And my daddy couldn't do nothing but bust out laughing because he know it was the truth. Okay? He know it was nothing but the whole truth. But that's why parents don't want kids to get to talking. But let me tell you this. When you, hey, is it Monica? How you doing? Let me tell you this when it comes to these babies, right? These children need an outlet for the dysfunction that takes place in their home. Hey, Angela, they need a whole outlet. So for you to set up here and tell a child, don't say anything. What was it in our house? I know I'm not the only one. What goes on in this house stays in this house. Well, baby, I wouldn't have to be out here in these streets trying to catch me an outlet, which is generally probably drugs. It's probably cigarettes. It's probably weed. It's probably sex. You know what I'm saying? These are forms of outlets that the children go through because you sitting up here telling them to be quiet. You done got a child that's sitting up here and they got raped over and over again. They done got molested, but you tell them not to be quiet because it's more important for you to worry about your ego and what people think about you out in these streets instead of your own doggone child. But let somebody put their hands on your child, then you going to jail, you acting a fool, and you got it all over social media where people talking about, girl, do I need to come have your back? Girl, what we gotta do? Do we gotta go to jail? Girl, I can't stand when people be hyping people up like that on social media. Have several seats, sit down. You know you ain't trying to catch a case. You know your friend is a trifling parent anyway. I digress. So back to what I was saying. we need to get to the point to where we get attuned with our children. Okay, we need to get to the point that when our child has been molested, when our child has been raped, when our child is going through something emotional, don't be sitting up here. Yes, you need to go get that baby help, but don't be sitting up there being the one talking about some, girl, I think I'm gonna have to go get him some counseling because he got anger issues. Where do you think he got it from? If you sitting up here telling your child whatever goes on in this house stays in this house, you better not be putting my business out there in the street. Who the heck are they supposed to talk to? What are they supposed to do? Wouldn't you have anger issues? Didn't some of y'all grow up in this in your own house? That's why I give my children the permission as a parent. You speak to me. You open up and you talk to me. If you feel you got to cry and you my son, baby, then cry. You know what I'm saying? So we need to get to the point where we get back to making our children in our marriage our priority. Okay? They sitting up here watching y'all fighting like Tyson and Holyfield, but you sitting up here worried about what the church members think about you down in the church house. You see what I'm saying? I can't stand that foolishness. I understand respect. I understand our children ain't got no business out in these streets telling everything. I totally understand that because I grew up in the country. You know what I'm saying? I totally understand that. But what I don't understand is when we as parents feel that our reputation is more important, how our kids dress. Oh, let me get you the latest Jordans. Oh, let me get you the latest this. That's more important than our child's well-being. Let me tell you this. That's a form of emotional abuse, okay? I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. That is a form of emotional abuse. And we are teaching our children that they should not have a voice, that they should not open up, that they should be silent. And then you sit up here and wonder when they get in their own marriage why their tail ain't talking, why their spouse is sitting up here trying to be there for them and love them in the way that we did not as a parent. Hello, somebody. And I don't understand, Ma. I don't understand, Dad. Your child is distant. I'm trying to love them. I'm trying to do the best that I can, but because they didn't experience what true love was in the home, then they don't know how to experience that in their marriage. Okay? I shared this on our radio show 2 days ago. Actually, it was last week I shared this when we were sitting amongst some counselors and stuff like that, and we was just dialoguing about how I almost pushed away a good man because I didn't know what love was supposed to feel like. You know what I'm saying? I know the lust of being molested. I know the don't say anything. I know how family members ignored it and is she lying or is she not? You know what I'm saying? No. And then this is the crazy thing. When your child opens up to you and they tell you something like this, you need to take action. Okay? Because what happens after that when they're not willing to open up and talk to you is it creates a chain reaction. Because trust me, like my grandma say, if that funny uncle was going to touch your child, that funny uncle was going to touch every other child in their midst because that funny uncle got issues. How many, no, I ain't even going to ask that question. I'll rephrase it like this. There are many who are listening to this video right now who have been through this situation. And you may have this mentality of, guess what? It happened to me. I got over it, so they'll get over it. No, we sit up and wonder why we got so many broken adults walking around. We 's so many broken men who enter marriages and broken women who enter marriages, but then we continue to pass the brokenness on. Who's stopping it? It's not the responsibility of the church to stop it. It's not the responsibility of the school system to stop it. There are so many teachers that I speak with that they dealing with your broken children on a regular basis. And like me and my husband always say, it doesn't start in the external factors. It starts internally. It starts in the house. So if you are one of these who haven't been the best parent, who you sitting up here buying your kid everything instead of spending time with them and create memories like my grandmother says, oh, well, they got the best this. Oh, baby, they got to look nice because they can't embarrass you out here in these streets. You see what I'm saying? But they can't set up and open up and have a dialogue, open conversation about how they feel when they thought all these men was their uncle, or they thought, oh, these women were their aunties, but these was actually the people that you was gardening tool around with. Who am I talking to? It's time for us to break these generational curses. And don't just say because your uncle was a gardening tool, oh, my daddy was one too, so yep, I'm gonna be one as well. And you sound all kinds of ignorant, okay? It's time for us to check it in this home. Your home should be a safe place for your children. You heard what I'm saying? The home should be a safe place. Just like me and my husband talk about as wives, you need to create that peace and that balance and that environment in your home. Husbands, you need to have that safe place, not coming home acting a stone cold fool. It need to be a safe place for your kids. I love when my kids come home and they pull out the photo book and they looking through photos of the trips that we've been on, and they looking at, oh mama, I remember. How many of y'all parents, oh Jesus, this is my last thing, Lord, and I'm gonna get up out of here. How many of y'all parents actually show up for events at your child's school? Your child is sitting up here on the doggone honor roll, but you won't even show up. You don't have a balloon in your hand or nothing. How many of y'all actually have done that? You see what I'm saying? And see, let me flip this real quick to my kids, especially my adult kids. You sit up here and complain about what your parent don't do, but you don't appreciate what they did. You got more upset that they didn't buy you the latest Jordans, but they was sitting up there front row clapping for your behind when you was getting that straight A honor roll, whatever the case may be. And let me come back to my parents. Don't be sitting up here and you doing everything to look nice on the external. Oh, look at me. I'm at my child's straight A honor roll. You got it all on social media, but you can't even talk to your child, or your child can't talk to you when they in the house. Don't be putting on the front. I can't stand people to put on the front, baby. And what I'm telling y'all, you can ask each and every one of my kids and they'll let you know we was the loudest thing at the basketball game. You heard me? We was the loudest thing on the baseball field because we let our children know that we are there for them. How many of y'all can say that y'all did that? Hey, y'all about to get mad. Y'all ain't gonna share this video because you know you're guilty. So I'm just gonna encourage you to do this. Marinate on this. Okay? Marinate on this. We got to do better about our kids. Don't complain about the man or the woman that you have that's broken. The one that you dating that you can't get them to open up. You talking about how their mama and their daddy wasn't in their lives and how they didn't raise them, but you sitting up here treating your child the same way. Amen, somebody? Can I get an amen? Your child sitting up here getting ignored because you too busy running after love trying to fix a grown man when you should be trying to build your child into a strong man, okay? You should be trying to build your daughter into a strong woman. But now you ain't doing that. What's so busy for you out here in these streets is trying to find love. Well, create love in your home. Get that together first and then see what God's going to do in your life afterwards. So y'all go ahead and have a blessed day. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Share this because it's free. Because tell me, you can't tell me I'm a counselor. It is too many broken people walking around. Okay, so share this because it's free. Your girl, she ain't going to be back with you on tomorrow. Whatever God placed on my heart. And y'all have a blessed day and blessings to you. God bless.